Hello, everyone. Randy here, working out in the shop here today. No, we're not going to be working on the John Deere 2510 there. I'm going to have to get a new adjustment screw for that. And in fact, from John Deere, you have to buy the rocker arm and adjustment screw. So I've got to wait for that to come, everyone. The Loctite did not set up. Good thing I left that off so I could check it there. I did come back the next day, check that. It's like, nope, that's not tight at all. I mean, I could turn it by hand, everyone. So the Loctite didn't do any good. Could be maybe there's some contaminants in there yet preventing that Loctite from working. It could also be the fact, as I mentioned in the last video, your Loctite has to be tight. The fastener has to be tight for the Loctite to work. And of course, in this case, the fastener, the adjusting screw is not tight. So in this case, I think the green Loctite is probably what I needed over there. I don't have any at the moment, and I'm not going to bother going out and getting it. We're just going to get the proper new adjustment screw, and hopefully that'll fix the problem. Well, adjuster screw and rocker arms comes together. So hopefully next week sometime we'll have that back together. Anyway, today, everyone, we got a remote controlled car here we're going to be working on. This is a Nitro Sport with a Pro 1.5 motor in it here. I've worked with remote control vehicles quite a bit in the past, but they've all been electric, so I've never had a motor one. Anyway, someone gave this one to me. They didn't want it anymore. It's got a front hub here that's broken, and I don't know if the motor will run or not. They said it ran the last time they used it, so I have no idea how old this is. Everyone, no idea. But anyway, I've got all new parts here. Filter for the motor. We got quite a bit of fuel here. This is old. Not sure if that's going to be any good or not. We'll find out. So first things first, here's all the parts here for our front hub. Looks like when you buy the parts here from Traxxas, they give you enough to do both sides. We just need the one side. So there's the, I don't know, hub, I guess, the axle piece, some spacer washers. You get a whole bunch of those. I think that's the piece that goes right in there. We got some nuts. The spacers look like they're already on the tire, which is good because they were sold out of those. I couldn't get the spacers, but I think we're good on that. They're in there. So we just need to put this together. Assembly all back together. I think that looks pretty good. Now you're probably noticing, yes, we're missing one rather important part yet. We don't have a shock on this side, and I do have some of the parts. I got the shock, and some around here I've got the bottom base for the spring, but I don't have the oh, here it is. Actually, I got two shock pieces here, don't I? Yeah, there's the bottom base for the spring. I got the spring, but I don't have the top base for it. So what I thought I would do, I'm going to take the springs off my truck. I think these are the old ones. I had bought new springs for my truck some time back, just never, hey cat, never used them. So I'm going to take the old springs off, put new springs on my truck, and hopefully the old springs here will fit that one. Okay, well, despite the cat's help here, I got the new springs on here, and I gotta say that's actually quite a bit better here, and I don't even have them adjusted quite as tight as I had the old ones here. You know, the old ones pretty much maxed right out as far as like stiffness of the spring there, so that's a lot better. Of course, with the other model here, we'll probably loosen those all the way back up to the loosest setting. Didn't realize it either, but apparently there's different springs on the front and rear. There's orange, and then on the rear there's yellow springs. I happened to notice that because I got the one on. It's like, wow, this is really bad. I was like, oh, I bet these yellow ones are softer. I'm just guessing. I'm not 100% sure on that. Because, yeah, it didn't seem like it had quite the, well, it sagged it too much, right? So, yeah, Cat, we're going to have to do something with you because you're kind of in the way. Okay, that seemed like it was a lot harder than it needed to be, but both these springs are about the same length. Of course, you can see that is a lot beefier spring. Obviously, a lot harder to compress even at its lowest setting, but yeah, these are just like shot. No good at all anymore. So we'll give these a try. If not, well, need new ones. Well, let's just say the ride here is going to be stiff, real stiff. Anyway, I think we're ready to see if we can start this thing here. I don't know if this easy start here is going to work or not. I grabbed one of my old batteries here. See if that'll power it. I'm not entirely sure actually how this works because, again, I have never had like a motored type one like this before. I've always ran the battery. Also, don't know if this fuel's any good either. I don't know how old it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see like a date on it that I know of. Maybe I'll have to look through that, see if there's something on here. Figure that out. So, yeah, I guess the fuel just goes in there, fill that up, and we'll see if I can get this to work. Okay, don't tell anyone, everyone, but I read the directions here, seeing how I've never used this particular system here before. I've got the unit on here at this point. Looks like our steering is working. Turns quite a bit sharper the one way than it does the other, but who cares about that at this point, right? I don't seem to have any throttle response, though, and I'm not sure how this is supposed to work. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, okay. That was not working a moment ago. Okay, what does this do? Just take like a minute to warm up or something? Okay. Nice, that is working. Cool. I was getting a little worried there. It's like, I wonder if that servo gave out. I'm not sure where oh, I guess the radio's in here, isn't it? That is probably where the radio is. There's the servo for that. I do have another servo. I think I got a spare servo for mine, so. Yeah, I don't know why the steering that way doesn't work quite right. Goes back to pretty close to center. I've got it pretty much adjusted like all the way. That, well, looks like it's pretty close to center under there. Maybe the gearing in there is, I don't know. Anyway, we'll worry about that. Let's see if we can get this thing started. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let me set the camera up. Hopefully I got enough charged batteries here. We'll see if we can get this thing to say anything. Well, I wonder if I understand the directions correctly. All you gotta do is push the button here, but nothing seems to be happening. The red light there is coming on. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, bad thing. I don't know. It's coming on solid. But yeah, nothing's happening. Can't tell if that glow plug's working or not. One tip I did read online is you can disconnect one of the wires on the motor here. Let the glow plug heat for a couple seconds, then plug your motor back in. But I mean, this motor's not even turning here, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Okay, well, I think we're going to have to do a little bit of troubleshooting here. I would assume when you push the button, the motor's supposed to turn, right? Just pull the easy start off of here, and if I push the button now it is spinning there. I just took a head of a bolt, stuck it in there, gave it a crank over, cranked it over a couple times, hit the button. Also, it took off here, everyone, so I don't know if it's just like locked up. Kind of like the servo when it wasn't working at first either, and then turned that over a couple times, it's working. Also, I took pliers, turned the motor over a couple times there as well, so the motor turns over. Let me hook this back up and see once it'll crank over. Well, it kind of sputtered there a little bit, everyone, but doesn't seem to want to start. Again, I don't know how good this fuel is, so that might be a big part of our problems there. It is definitely getting fuel, though. I had some fuel coming out the exhaust here, so the fuel is getting through it. You know, I did cover the air intake there, so it sucked fuel. Definitely have no problem getting the fuel in there. It's just, yeah, not igniting. Oh, and of course, that one, yeah, using my impact here to turn the motor off. Over, half-inch socket there seems to fit that quite nicely. Well, while we wait for that one to maybe cool down here just a little bit, I'm going to take one that will run out here. Oh, yeah. Come back here. So I might have to adjust the steering here just a little bit on this one. Well, I'm on the Beast, still runs here yet. I'm not sure what happened there. It seems like I lost some steering power, so I don't know if one of the steering servos went out here. This one here was like really hot when I shut it off. This one, it was warm, but that was about it. This one, like, you couldn't even touch that one, so I'm not sure what's up with that. This particular one, by the way, has 2 steering servos, and I have had to replace one before. I'm not sure which one. You can see there's a difference in them. I'm thinking this might be the new one. This one just looks a little newer, so... But yeah, look at that great big old honking motor on there, Titan 775. This is a Traxxas 1 to 10. I think it's 1 to 10. Summit here, Traxxas Summit. Has front and rear locking diffs, high, low speed. So this thing can move right along. And for batteries, by the way, I've got LiPos. So I'm using LiPos here. These are 7600. They probably don't hold that much anymore. In fact, I just put them on like 20 minutes here ago. They're already up to 3A. Yeah, they shouldn't be charged quite that quick. I think they normally take like 2 hours to charge. I think that's what it is. Anyway, tried starting this here again. 2.1 almost seems like it wants to pop off, but just not quite. Yeah. I don't know if it's the fuel. It could be the fuel. I did look to see if I get new fuel, by the way. Like, all the places online are sold out, so I don't know what's up with that. Something with the human malware, or they're not making it, or just, well, hey, everyone's home, right? So pull out your RCs and go have fun with them, right? So, yeah, no. Anyway, I think that's going to have to do it for this video, and thanks for watching. Comments or questions, be sure to leave them, and until next time.